What's up, guys? How's it going? I am back with a long overdue Warframe video. I haven't done a Warframe video in I think like 2-3 years, so please forgive me. I did say I would go back to Warframe and give it another shot, see what's going on, maybe see if I can find something enjoyable, and I did. I've actually found that a lot of the changes are pretty fun. I think I'm a different player now than I was before, so coming back with a different perspective on the game and different perspective on playstyle really changes things. Back when the game first came out, I was all about melee. Like, it was what I wanted to do. I wanted to get up, close and personal and slash and cut people in half, punch people in the face and stuff like that. And that was my way of having fun. And now that they've made that a possibility, like, there's so many melee builds on YouTube, it's insane, but they're all really cool, and like all the builds are doing like what I was trying to do in the past with melee before melee was even a thing, like just being able to equip your melee weapon. Like, a lot of people are showing off these amazing builds thanks to like the way that the updates happened with damage and elemental damage and raw damage and status damage and damage combos and everything. And I think that that's really great for the game. Like, it's not that it's overpowered, it's just that this should have been in the game from the start. And that's something that I was working towards, but now that it's in the game, it's something that I don't even want to touch because I'm not that kind of player anymore now. Like, I think because now that I'm a different player, that playstyle is not for me, but I'm glad that so many people are enjoying it. I'm not trying to take credit for it. I'm just saying, like, that was what I really was fighting for, years ago with DE, and letting them know that melee needs to be its own thing. It needs to, it needs to be enjoyable. It needs to be like its own, I don't know how to say it, its own distinctive way to play. If I want to only equip a melee weapon and run around like a ninja, and just, or like a swordsman or something, like, I should be able to do that. This game is capable of it. But now that I've come back to the game, I'm just playing around with different Warframes again, and I've been, like I said in other videos, I've been watching Relentless Zen's videos, because his build videos are crazy. But I've also been watching other people's videos, like, get caught up on how damage works and how the elements work, how the statuses work now. And it's been a really eye-opening change into the game and how everything works, because now it's like, it's so free to just build, but there also are a little bit of restrictions depending on how serious you want to make your build. But just by playing this, like when I was doing this 30-minute survival, I really started to understand more and more about the game and more about this new Warframe Protea. I mean, she's not brand new, but she's new to me. She's the only one I haven't heard of until like I re-downloaded the game and was going through all my Warframes, and I was like, this Warframe I don't own. like yeah. So Protea, for me, like, after doing a little bit of her story and finding out that she's a bodyguard, I thought that was really cool, because like her kit really shows that off. She's kind of got like this like, she's kind of like a hybrid between Mesa and Bob-on. That's kind of how I feel. So in that, I see that she's got like her grenades, which are pretty cool. Like, she can give shields, she can do slash damage with her grenades. And then she's got like a turret that's on her back, which does like really good fire damage. And then what else does she have? She's got like another kind of like supply unit that sits there, which I thought was really cool. So like, the more and more I played her, I was like, okay, I see where she is. Like, she would have been my main years ago when I first started playing, and I had a group of people and we were running like 30 plus waves of defense in the void. She would have been my main all the way through. and I really fell in love with her, especially during this mission alone, because in this mission I started to understand like what about her is really good. You know, maybe not for me, oh, this is just my perception, maybe for me not moving around so much, but more like, you know, a defense mission or a mobile defense, an interception, or like something where you're more stationary and enemies are coming at you. I think that's where she excels. This was just like first impressions. This isn't like, you know, I've been in the labs with her and, you know, going through multiple scenarios. I like doing survivals and seeing how things work, like when I'm being hit from all angles and under a lot of stress. And the simulacrum is cool, you know, going in and, you know, testing out damage and testing out loadouts and stuff, but I prefer to get my information from the field directly. So in this survival, I prefer to do like an hour survival, but another issue that I've had with DE is just the number of enemies that spawn. Like if I could, I would love to have the amount of enemies that spawn with 4 people in a survival for just 1 person. And like that, I always have to run in with other people just to get the results that I like. But whenever I test out a new frame, I always do a survival. I used to do Apollodorus back in the day for like an hour to 2 hours to like get familiar with a weapon or a Warframe from rank 0 to as high as I could get it within those 2 hours. And that was where, like I said, that was where like I get my test results. Like that was the fun thing to do back then. And then when they started to get higher, you take them to the void and, you know, do like higher content survivals. But I really started to see like how she can not only do crowd control, but she can also like hold down the fort. You know, as a guardian or like a bodyguard, I could see how her kit relates to her being a bodyguard. Like her grenades can protect her client and herself. They can also, you know, kind of deal with multiple enemies. You know, if she's like, you know, walking through a door, she can like spread out these grenades and cover like a whole hallway or an area, or like make a line that they can't cross type of thing. Then like her supply kit, you know, she can refill her own ammo and get health back and energy. And like that's all really cool. And then the turret, you know, like that whole like kind of like army in front of you, like the turret is kind of like that one-man army answer, which I really like. And then of course her ultimate being able to go back in time, that's really cool. Like just, you know, setting up that point in time where you can go back to. So like if she wanted to, she could activate that ability, then run through a door. I'm thinking like Matrix, like run through the door, take out all like the agents and stuff, and you know, go back to that point and not worry about anything. So like I said, I think she's really cool as a Warframe. She's not my kind of Warframe, but if I was to ever do a like defense with people, or you know, a mobile defense with friends or something, I would definitely use her because I see the potential. And this was the mission where I started to see how much potential she has, like how she can really get in there and like just either wreck or just support. You know, like with the random group I was with in this mission, I didn't know if I was doing too much, because I know there was a Wukong with us. And I don't know if I was killing the enemies too fast, because this is a level 40 to 45 starting survival in the void. So I didn't know if I was doing too much to where the Wukong had nothing to do in this room, because I know they wanted to farm this room. I could tell by how they kind of just set up shop and was like, yeah, we're just going to sit here and just let the enemies come to us. But at one point he kind of just started standing next to me, and I was like, holy crap, am I doing too much? Like, am I annoying this guy? I hope I'm not annoying him. Like, I'm just trying to like get as many drops as possible. But yeah, like from throwing the grenades out to where they would jump down off the higher platforms, they were starting to take slash damage, and eventually they would get slash procs, so they would start bleeding. And then throwing out the turret, doing fire damage. I started to see how there was a little bit of like an elemental you know, way that I could do things, where if I wanted to proc things, or if I wanted to build her kit around bleeding or, you know, status, I saw like her powers could set that up. If they didn't kill the enemies, she would at least set them on fire with her turret, or she would get them to start bleeding with her slash proc from her grenades. And I was like, okay, at least with this I can see like where I could start to maybe balance things. I think her one is really powerful. I just don't like how long it takes to start up, especially when you're throwing the grenades to protect yourself as a shield or protect your allies, which I was doing multiple times to give us like over shields. Like it takes a long time, and if you're by yourself and if you're moving and if you're surrounded, like it's a really fast way to die, because she has to jump up in the air, throw out the grenades like she's a part of the bat family. And while the animation looks cool, it's like, man, that takes so long, and then you have to aim a certain place so that way they can land in front of you or at your feet or something, you know, like it's a lot. So having to manage the time on that, and I think Vor showing up was probably the best thing, because I had to deal with trying to support my team, trying to take out the ads, trying to deal with Vor, and keep myself alive all at the same time. You know, it was like it really showed off her kit to me, and I really started to understand how her kit works at that instant. So I was like, okay, under pressure, she's really cool. You know, like I said, like for like a defense mission or like a stationary mission, like I think she's amazing, and I gotta give like mad respect to DE for creating something like this, because this isn't a Warframe that would have been made back in the day. Like, she would have been completely different. I don't even know how she would have been made, like if this was like 3-4 years ago. But like, I definitely like her kit, and I like the way it complements her. You know, it has a lot of synergy, and then it also has synergy with her weapons if you want to take it that extra step further. Because like I was saying, her grenades do slash procs, and then her turret does fire procs. So you know, you could even set up your primary, your secondaries, or your melee weapons to, you know, kind of complement that, to where you're getting more procs or more status, or, you know, you're setting up the setting up your weapons to have viral, so that the slash procs from the grenades, you know, team up, and then you've got a lot of damage being dealt. Like, there are a lot of ways for her to survive and also to deal damage. I'm just really liking that. So I think she's really good. She's not my personal favorite per se, but she's definitely up there. Like, I would definitely use her a lot more in the right situations. Kind of like Mesa, and actually, yeah, kind of like Mesa. Mesa, like, but I like her in certain situations. Like, I think Mesa's shield could be stronger, or at least not have to put so many resources into making it strong. You know, and then Mesa's kind of got like her turret mode, which feels the same way. That's why I like Protea, because she's like I said, like she's like a mixture of Mesa and Vauban, where you have, now I don't want to say the best of both, because you don't, but you have like a good healthy mix of the both of them together. You've got the range of the grenades, the range of the turret, but you can still move. You're setting out a separate turret. You're not becoming the turret where you're stationary. You know, she keeps you moving instead of just throwing a grenade and running and coming back like Vauban, where with Vauban I'm throwing a grenade to pull everybody in, or I'm throwing a grenade to, you know, add up a barrier, or I'm throwing a grenade to shock people. It's like you're throwing grenades. That's pretty much the whole thing. That's why I call him Batman. You're throwing gadgets or grenades and doing stuff, and you're constantly moving, which is good, but you know, nothing's really powerful enough to, you know, just to like kill enemies outright, unless you just spec into it. And then with Mesa, you're strong enough to kill everything outright, but you're sacrificing mobility, and I feel like Protea is a good healthy mix of both. So I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, but I figured I would at least post something just to see what'll happen. I don't expect anything to happen out of this. I'm just posting it just because, like, I'm starting to have fun with Warframe again, and I don't know. I miss doing these long survival runs. I don't have any friends that are on Warframe anymore, so I just run with randoms all the time when I get on, which is probably why I don't have fun in Warframe anymore. Or at least why I don't have long-lasting fun in Warframe, because I don't know anybody who plays it. Like, I'm the only one in my group that plays it. And with this video, I felt like I was having fun getting back to my roots, like doing like long survival runs. I know 30 minutes isn't long, but you know, I gotta keep up with the randoms that I'm with. And if they want to do 30 minutes, you know, I'm not gonna sit there by myself in the survival with like 5 enemies spawning at a time, because that's just boring. That's how it works. But yeah, I wanted to get back to that, and hopefully I can get back to doing 1 hour, 2 hour long survivals. Testing more builds out in the field and just having fun, like just getting back to just doing stuff. Like there's no real items that I need. There's nothing that I'm farming for other than probably Endo, just to upgrade mods, but that's about it. So yeah, expect more survival missions probably. I might post some story missions. I might post the event runs. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I might go back to doing build videos. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this video does. And if you guys would like my input on stuff, considering I'm an old veteran coming back and, you know, having this mindset of feeling new to the game again. I really haven't played anything. Like, I haven't done any of the modes. I haven't done any of the mechanics or anything. Like the last thing I did was, to be honest, Fortuna, and I didn't even go up against the Orb Mother or anything. I just did I did enough to get my hoverboard, and then I was like, I'm done. I don't really like Fortuna, and I haven't seen anything else after that. So yeah, I might go back to do Plains of Eidolon. Like if there are mods that I can get that are useful, let me know. Like at Fortuna or in a PoE or anywhere else. Like if you think there's something that I could do, you know, that could help me out, like either finding mods or, you know, farming for a resource that will be useful in the future, let me know, because I have no clue, and like I said, I have no friends. So yeah, all my friends usually play fighting games. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna let the video just play out, and yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Our Tenno operative just... They could not do this without... Life support activated. I've delivered their life support capsule. earn this bounty. Hold out as long as you can. Lights activated. Life support has arrived. fight, the more successful we will be.
Thanking a killer is like petting a Cobra dog, is like petting a machine gun.
Another job well executed.